Oh, you on the egg? You keep going.
No, well, I was just...
Go ahead.
I was telling the people that I saw your Instagram, Frank. And the only thing that was missing was a bunch of ones in the air. Okay? That's how y'all roll around here. That's all I'm saying.
Man, it was the morning.
Is that what it is? Yo, Swamp Izzo gets it in.
Will, no, he was very specific. Will said we are degenerates. I'm a degenerate. But
you're owning that. You're admitting it.
Speak for yourself, friend.
Listen, I have a 14-year-old here with me, guys. So I'm trying for us to set a good example.
Yep.
Even though someday we're gonna all be working for her. I'm gonna tell you that.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true. We're gonna be working for her.
Introduce your 14-year-old
You
guest.
kidding me? I got the youngest executive producer in Hollywood in the building. I got the star of Blackish in the building. And I got the star executive producer and creator of the upcoming movie Little in the building, Marsai Martin, y'all.
Hi, guys.
Wow.
This is my little partner right here.
Yep.
We doing some big things, Frank.
Marsai, how does it feel to be the youngest producer in Hollywood, girl?
Oh my gosh, it feels so amazing. I'm beyond grateful just to have the opportunity to do what I love at such a young age and to just lead by example for not just me, but my family and just the people after me. So,
how does it feel that, like, when people look at your career, it's like, boom. It wasn't like this long, you're 14.
yeah.
It wasn't like this long process. It was like you came out the shell and boom.
Well, it was a long process, but not as long because, I wasn't like a baby when I started. But, it was a long process, but it was a really chill vibe and like surrounding myself with positive people.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't really feel like it was a long process.
Well,
it was also fun doing
let me just say this. It was a long process because you went from this to where you are now. You want to know what this is?
What is that?
Are you scared? Are you scared?
Oh my God. Wait, what's
You're not embarrassed. Hey! Everybody sing.
Hey!
Hey, see? You came on the morning culture. You know I got to do it like that.
Oh my God, I was not expecting that. I was like, what?
You were like 5 years old.
Yeah, I was. And I had my church dress on. I was ready. I was so ready to kill it.
Well, you have been ready, and watching a film earlier this week, it's amazing just to see you play someone who is an adult. I'm looking at you like, is she an adult? You got me convinced. Besides Big, like, what was the inspiration? Did you look at somebody that's really mean and say, I need to act like her?
No, not really, because I don't know anyone that is that mean, and if I did, I would be offended. But no, I actually, when you're like in the character and you just have like the pink power suit on and just the hair, it's like you can feel like what the character is supposed to be like. So it kind of came naturally. A lot of people say I'm an old soul too, so it kind of worked perfectly.
And honestly, I was going to say that you do have such an old soul and such a mature spirit. Do you feel like that's because you have your parents involved in your career?
Oh, yes, of course. They always keep me grounded and just making sure that, this doesn't define me as a person, too. So I always balance between, like, friends and family and just having a good time, also being a 14-year-old.
Well, Jade Novah, the person you waited to see just walked in the building. Go ahead, Jade. Go ahead.
Hi, Issa Rae.
Hey, Jade, I love you so much. Congrats on a new job. Hey, everybody.
Thank you, girl. Hey.
Good morning.
Issa Rae, how are you?
Mad caffeinated, like you said. I'm good.
You know what I wanted to ask you? When it started getting like, you've been popular for a minute, but when it started getting like, boom, and people started using your name as an example of their mood, how did that feel?
That had nothing to do with me.
Yes,
that
it
was
did.
all 20. No,
Yes, it was
literally
you.
the Issa thing?
Yes.
I'm Issa. That's Issa. That was 21 Savage.
They did that to you.
They did not.
Yes, they did. I'm convinced they did.
He ruined
If
my
you
life.
ask me, they did.
Okay. Well, I can't.
On the low, East got that copywritten. It was her before Cardi with the old Kurt. I'm telling you, Issa, you cannot. Y'all owe her $27.33 right now because y'all done used it.
I'm gonna give that $27 back.
We getting a lawyer.
I was like, all this time I finally got a show so people can pronounce my name right as Issa, and then this Issa meme happened, and I was like, it was a wrap for me. It was a wrap.
Well, what were your thoughts and how did you feel about being involved in a film, especially working with someone so young and mature? How was that?
It was just such a pleasure, Will and I have been trying to work together forever. Regina Hall and I have been trying to work together forever, and she told me about the project, and I was like, already like, oh, this is dope. I loved Big. I watched it so much as a kid, and then when I heard that it was her idea and Marsai's idea, and that she was involved and starring in it, and it was EPing, and I was like, oh, I need to be a part of this for sure. I want to be a part of history.
That's awesome.
So, Will, take us through this film.
Man,
tell everybody.
It's funny, like for real. Like this is the movie that you go to Friday night, disconnect from the world, go have a good time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's magical. Regina Hall was the person who was bullied as a 13-year-old. She hated being 13. Everybody was mean to her. She was like her true self, and it was awful. It did not go well. She now is a boss, and she is giving it back to the world. She is awful. Regina Hall is like forget Devil Wears Prada. She is killing it. She's so mean to people in this movie. Then she wakes up one day, and her long-suffering assistant is Issa Rae, right? April is her character in the movie. April deserves a raise, a promotion. She needs to be listened to. Regina doesn't want to hear any of that. She wakes up one day after getting a curse put on her, and she is trapped in the body of Marsai Martin. All hell breaks loose from there. So now, Issa's character, Marsai's character, got to figure out what are they going to do with this curse. Regina's character, trapped in Marsai's body, has got to go back to that one age she's been trying to get away from her whole life. How many of us can relate to like being at a certain level and people telling us what we can't do and our dreams being crushed, and we like, you know what, forget it, and we let it go? That's what happens. That's what happened to her character. And then she comes, Jade Novah, you know what I'm saying, right? Because you grew up and you thought you was Beyonce, and then all of a sudden she stole your voice, and now here we are, right?
Don't start no stuff. You can't do that. The beehive gonna come for me, friend. Don't do it.
But yeah, so the movie's got a message in it for sure, but it's funny. Along the way, so many funny things happen, and I will tell you, we really have comedy all-stars in this movie. Like, seriously, yes. Regina, Issa, Marsai, come on. I mean, we got it all. We got all the levels in this movie.
I have another question for Marsai. So the character that you play, I think, is probably a little opposite of who you are. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you were making a film about yourself, who would play the adult you, Issa or Regina?
Oh.
Answer carefully.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Or if it's someone else that you would think that you know personally who could play you, dead or alive, whoever would best be you as an adult.
There's like so many people like that I would love, like that I look up to, that I would love to play me, but
I see one.
You can only choose one.
You choose one, and then I'll tell you who I thought. Go ahead.
Oh no. Okay, then it'd probably be Gabrielle Union.
Good answer.
Y'all both got those dimples too.
Mm-hmm. Good answer.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I would have
thought. See how good she is, though.
I would have thought.
See how
Michelle
she didn't
Obama.
choose Issa or Regina. See how she pivoted.
Yeah.
She chose somebody that wasn't here. I'm just saying, she's smart. That's how you know.
But I would have thought Michelle Obama. I see Michelle Obama.
But is she? Does she act? Would she be able to act?
I don't know.
You know what? That's a good question, Marsai. Because they said actress. You saw that? Little First Lady shade in there. But can she act?
But can she act?
I love her, guys.
She had to do a whole lot of acting with the current First Lady, but that's besides. I'm gonna leave that one alone. But y'all are so influential, all three of y'all, whether it's Will, Marsai, Issa. What is it like to just creatively be on set? There's so many people that look up to y'all and what you've accomplished, whether it's being young or covering off of YouTube and the movies. How was it on set creatively?
It was like a family from my standpoint. Like, first of all, I knew how to get out of the way, and I think that's what a smart, producer knows how to do. You let the talented folks do what they do, and so I got out of the way. I got some more folks that I want to introduce you guys to. This movie was directed by a black female, Tina Gordin. She's on her way. Executive producer, of course, Marsai Martin and Regina Hall were executive producers. Then you talk about bringing in talent like Issa, who's also a producer. So what happened was you have all these people who actually create working working to create something, man, I stood out of the way and watched it happen. I mean, seriously, that was my impression of what was going on set. The vibe felt awesome. What do y'all think?
Yeah, it was a wonderful vibe. Like it was coming home to a nurturing environment. I mean, coming to work to a nurturing environment, to an open, collaborative environment, and that's just the best kind of workplace for me.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see that often. You don't get to see like a lot of amazing and powerful Black women doing such amazing and talented things like this. So just to have a great time while you're doing it too is lots of fun.
Marsai brought up such a dope point, because for all the talk of diversity in Hollywood, it's very rare that you see this kind of power behind the scenes.
Say that.
Like, you walked on this set, like everybody that was in charge, like, listen, we had affirmative action, we had a couple white people on the set, but they probably were PAing. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that, but the people in powerful positions look like the people you're looking at right now, and there's nothing wrong with that. It felt good to be on a set where that was the case.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. But before we do that, because we're going to come back, but before we do that, Will, I got to switch gears.
Okay.
I cannot let you walk in here and not talk about the phenomenal job you did,
brother,
with the Atlanta child murders.
We did, man. We did. Thank you.
Come on, man.
Thank you.
That was, dude, you took on something that was very hard, and because you did it, now the mayor has reopened those cases that were never investigated. And I just want to give you a round of applause to say, brother,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Like, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah, well, it was a labor of love, but it was something that was the team did it, and we were at a screening last night of Little here in Atlanta. Jade Novah hosted for us, and the mayor stood up and talked about that, and talked about how she grew up during that time and she was moved, and what we did with the documentary. Because Frank, as you know, you were part of that. We were able to bring national attention to it. Sometimes you need national attention. That was the problem. Nobody cared about these little poor Black and brown kids because they were poor, because they didn't have money, because they didn't have means, because they didn't have anybody advocating for them. So now we just got to get people to care. And if we can use our power, what we do in this industry, to get people to care, damn it, that's what we're going to do. So people care and know about it now, and I'm proud to just be a part of it, man. Thank you, brother.
And over 3 million people watched it.
It was huge, huge numbers. Yep. Biggest for that channel. Absolutely. Thank you, man.
Big. All right, we're going to take a traffic break. You got more people coming in the studio?
I got more folks coming. Yeah, I'm going to get out the way, Frank. All right. I'm going to let you see how this movie really got made,
It's the
brother.
Morning Culture on V103. Tina Gordin, the director, is here. Tell us who walked in, man.
Listen, I told you I had more for you, right? Okay, so we got Marsai Martin, we got Issa Rae, but the magic doesn't stop there. I also have, as I told you, the director and co-writer of the film, Tina Gordin, in the building. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And my longtime collaborator, my sister.
like
Did you
that.
see me mess up?
Yeah, but I liked it.
It's because you made me nervous, because you look so
No,
amazing
no,
this morning.
no.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Regina Hall, the one and only.
Thank you, Will. You know what? That was nice of Will, because he usually tells me I look like a bum. So I'm embracing that.
Does he really tell you that?
Well, I do look like a bum.
Let me ask
so
a question.
Be honest. Will
How is
like
Will
brother.
on set? Nobody has ever come in here and said how he is on set. How is Will on set?
Will is great on set. You know what? He's a quiet force. You know, he doesn't come in with like, but you know, he's always like looking. He'll make suggestions. He'll see what needs to be, you know, corrected or adjusted or expanded. But it's quietly, and he's always like in a good mood. Like, Will never comes with attitude. Like, even if he's more serious, he still comes. And he keeps our energy up.
Oh, all right.
I don't know. I've had him go in my ear and be like, boom. It's quiet, but it's like, it's low key, real. It's the whisper. It is. He's like, you're going to do this tonight. You're going to get it right. It better be funny or we not coming back. And I'm like, okay, well, let's go.
All right, listen, watch V103.com online. Make sure you check out everybody in the studio. Jade Novah, let's go.
Oh, me?
You.
Ooh, I have a question for everyone, actually, whoever wants to answer. So, if you guys could pick any film or TV show and give it an all-black female cast reboot, what would it be?
Golden Girls.
Ooh, that was too easy! Yeah, who would be Blanche, sis?
Who said that?
That's Issa. So who would be Blanche, Dorothy? Give me the rundown.
I want to be the hoe.
Oh, you want to be, wait, who was the hoe?
I don't know, but the one that had all the boyfriends.
Blanche was the ratchet one.
I want to be like.
You're not even old enough to be a golden girl yet.
I'm kind of goldenish.
You are
It's
not
like
golden,
blackish
girl.
and
Black don't
goldenish.
crack.
Oh my
You have to
God.
find like
It would
a
have to be like
90-year-old.
Jennifer Lewis. It would have
Oh yeah.
You know what?
to be like Loretta Devine.
Yeah. There's
who
a
else
lot
are-
of them. You know what? There's she's on Greenleaf.
Oh, Lynn Whitfield.
yes, Lynn Whitfield. That's how
ROGs. Who's the fourth one?
Shirley Rouse.
Angela Bassett.
That's old. Yeah, she's still
Angela
young.
Bassett.
She's still
No, Angela Bassett's still too young.
too young. Who's our fourth? Who's our fourth golden girl?
We gotta find it.
Loretta, Jennifer.
Wouldn't Big Cheryl?
What was the one?
Oh,
Yeah, like Shirley Rouse.
yeah, Shirley Rouse. But
She's
she could
not
play
old.
because
She's-
even the mother, like she was the same age as them, but she just put on the
aged
gray,
her.
so we
We'll
could do
age
that.
somebody up.
Little
Yeah.
movie magic.
The black don't crack. Y'all
What
can't forget a golden
What other
girl.
movie? Name another movie.
Or TV show.
I don't even know.
That was such a good one.
What if I was dumb and I was like, good times?
You know what I'd like to see? You know what I'd like to see? What about a black version of Sex in the City?
Well, that's kind of that was.
You know what? I wouldn't mind Three's Company being black. I'd like to
I like
see.
Three's Company black too.
I always wanted to see a black
Yeah.
Brady Bunch. Like I wondered how the black Brady Bunch blended family scenario would really go. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Throwing out so many ideas. Don't let somebody take none of that.
I
Don't let
know.
them- don't
Someone is like on their notepad. Like,
Somebody is
Black
going
Brady
black
Bunch, blended
Brady
family.
Bunch. Go ahead and do it. Y'all are so influential in what y'all do. What advice would you all individually have for someone who looks at you and says, this is something that I can do? I can't remember being a young black kid growing up and saying, wow, these are the producers that we can look up to. They're actually doing it. Now in 2019, it's going down. It's what's happening. What would you say to folks who look up to y'all?
I would say for writers, I'm always telling writers, do not be afraid of the blank page. It is frightening, but a lot of people don't write because they're worried it won't be good. Like they see it and they go, oh, that was bad, just like people said it might be. Just accept that that's your first page. It's going to get better and better and better. You just have to get past that hump. We need more writers, more creators, more storytellers, and just don't let that voice in your head say, oh my God, because this first attempt wasn't perfect, I'm not right for this. You are. Just keep going.
Anybody else want to tackle that one? What would you tell the people looking up to you right now? Regina?
Okay. No, because I thought I was okay. Probably pay. You know, it's different now. It took me a long time, but probably just learn. Be great at what you do. Like do your work before you're worried about all the other stuff. So that when you're doing whatever you're doing, you're kind of mastering your craft.
All right. So the movie comes out when? When's the movie coming out? Will, tell everybody.
That's Friday, y'all. Are we live right now, Frank?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, guys, thank y'all for coming. This is the #1 morning show in Atlanta, okay? Before you guys got here, they were twerking on the table. Now, but here's the
much
thing.
stuff
Hold
on
on.
the
I'm
table?
talking to
How'd
my
y'all do that?
Hollywood friends.
I don't believe that.
Here's what happened. If you look to the Frank's right there, you see all that liquor that's there.
Yeah.
See, the people at home, I don't know that they know, but they're all drunk. That's how they do up here. See this right here? This is actual wine and champagne. So
Mom, he's lying.
So the message, Marsai, is you don't want to be like these people, okay? This is my family. This is my hometown. They always give me love, but they turned up here this morning, okay? Yeah, we brought some Sublime Donuts. Yeah, shout out to Sublime. We always bring a gift for the morning show team. Tina loves shooting in Atlanta because she loves carbs.
Tina said she
Atlanta
wanted to.
carbs.
This was the job she always wanted too. She told me that on the
I did. I wanted to be a morning.
You do have a good radio voice.
Really?
really don't.
Tina want to do everything but direct movies.
I
She was the weather girl the other day.
the People Station V103.
Say it.
It's all about the morning culture. This is the People Station V103.
There you go.
Nice voice.
Man, I love this. Okay, what else should we talk about? Issa, you got anything up?
No, I'm
Coming
good.
up,
Your
little
voice
April
making me
12th.
uncomfortable.
All right, so this movie is going to be huge. Everybody's going to support it. Whenever Will Packer comes in, like his movies always are crazy.
Right.
What's next for each of you? What's coming up next? So go ahead and tackle it.
Ooh, there's a lot of things coming. Definitely Blackish. We are coming up to our 6th season.
Shout out Kenya Barris.
Excited for, yep, every day, family reunion, pretty poppin'. And then I have my new production company called Genius Productions, which I am always developing more content and just tackling the YA space and, just seeing it from a 14-year-old's perspective.
All right.
Nice.
Asa, what you doing next?
I am working on another movie that's a Will Packer movie, a romantic drama starring Lakeith Stanfield.
Tough job.
Yeah, and then after that's finished shooting, going back to Insecure season 4.
Wait, no, wait. And you just wrapped one.
Oh, and I just wrapped a movie called The Lovebirds with Kumail Nanjiani, and that is like it's like a mystery comedy thriller.
Casually dope.
Casually. All right.
Regina?
Well, we're gonna be back next season for Black Monday.
Hey.
Yeah, I have Shaft coming out in June, Father's Day weekend, and then I just sold a project to Killer Films, so we're.
Hey. Oh, yes. I'm gonna be a boss.
Congratulations. And one more.
I'll be back in the lab writing right after I leave here with another Will Packer production.
Hey.
You have done some incredible things that have, like your films that you've been working on, because I'm looking, of course, ATL, Drumline, What Men Want.
I keep coming back to Atlanta, right?
Those things are not just films. They become part of our culture.
Thank you.
They're like cultural pieces that will go down in history that talk about a time period. Is that where you come from when you do that? Because when you think about ATL or Drumline, it puts you in a spot in time.
For both of them, I really had to talk to, I feel like the characters of Atlanta, Dallas Austin, getting to hang with him and Dungeon Family, and just getting into, that was such a unique collaborative from the Dungeon Up group of artists. And I was just inspired by their friendship, their soul, their heart. And it became, both of them became love stories to the city because of their friendships. And it spawned the work that I did in Atlanta. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Thank y'all for coming through. We know you guys got a busy schedule. Will Packer, thank you so much,
family. Thank you, Morning
the film
Culture.
comes out
April 12th, next Friday, y'all. Little in theaters. Get your tickets now.
All right, it's the Morning Culture on the People's Station.
V103.
I like that. You did it.